that one. That one's full. It's a brand new tap this year. We didn't tap that tree. We could tap any tree that size, looks like. That's the fullest one so far. Oh, good day everybody. Got Kevin here. We're at the sugar shack. It's going to call a sugar shack today because we're collecting sugar. Well, we're collecting a lot of water, 98% water with 2% sugar if you're a pessimist. If you're an optimist, it's 2% sugar to 5% sugar if you're lucky. So we're mechanized this time. We got the tractor because we're getting lazy and older. Maybe smarter, I don't know. You guys decide. But anyway, we're gonna make a whole pile of maple syrup. I got a story to go along with this, but I got a lot of syrup left. So you guys are gonna have to decide what I should do with it. A lot of you guys are saying I wanna buy it. But do you guys wanna pay like 50 bucks a liter? Because that's kind of what it's worth for me to sell. What would you sell it for?
It's priceless. I don't think you can put a price on it.
It's priceless. It really is priceless.
There's too much work involved.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't want to price gouge anybody, but if you want to pay 50 bucks a liter for my syrup, I'll probably sell you a jar or two. We got a road frontage here on the property, and so we're going to use a tractor for the major road frontage pieces. So we've got a place where Kevin usually puts his wood, and we've outfitted it with buckets. And these buckets, as you know if you've been following the channel long enough, they come from the grocery store because they are free. You just have to wash them out. They're usually full of like really sweet stuff like icings and things like that. And we've had these out for about a week or so far, and we're about 3/4 full. The best thing about these buckets is they're huge compared to the stainless steel buckets that you normally get for maple syruping. And we can probably hold 3 times as much in these buckets as you can in those other standard ones. And funnily enough, these don't actually fall off the tree. I don't know if I can open this with one hand. That's the best part, the lids. So we've got a way to hold them on here with the spouts. Just with a nail, we drill out the holes. I've showed this before. I'm not going to show it again. I'm just going to show you what we're up to this year and how much we can produce. We've got more pails out there this year than any other year. It's whether the season produces as much as it does in past years and how much we decide to go with it. But we'll do a fair amount this year and let's see where it goes.
It's crazy, it's running today.
You feeling the syrup?
Am I feeling it?
Feeling the syrup?
I'm feeling cold. It's crazy it's running today because it's like -1. And every other year when it was any cold it wasn't running at all. So maybe it's been an extra cold winter this winter. So I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it. Look at that, you just gotta put that on your pancakes and you're all ready to go. A little watery.
Don't spill any.
I know.
It's precious.
So much work.
Whew, that's a lot of water. Being optimistic, that's a lot of potential sugar. Just think that bucket, take out 90% and you got your sugar.
Here, I'll hold the camera. Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
See, look, you know what? Actually, I find holding this camera is way lighter than actually carting that bucket of water. I don't know how to use this thing. I can't flip it. I don't know. Did I screw that up? There. Is he doing stuff?
Always doing stuff. Running the camera, talking to the camera, watching people do work. And we had big plans to discard this vintage style boiler. We made this last year out of a, what was it, a stove?
Yeah, an oven.
An oven. I approached 2 companies to try to get a sponsorship. We're gonna build a log cabin sugar shack to accompany the small cabin, and nobody took us up on the offer. So if anybody's listening right now and you operate or manufacture evaporators, like professional scale evaporators, let me know, and we'll build a whole build around that. We'll build
a log cabin build.
Yeah, log cabin, hand tools.
Well, see, the plan is, so we have a standing pine forest, and there's a lot of standing dead, and we need to thin it out. So there's method to the madness. We need a useful purpose for these dead standing logs, and I think a log cabin would be an ideal solution for the dead standing.
Yeah, would it be an ideal solution to evaporating water too?
2 birds.
So sponsors, like, what are you thinking? Like, I'll get you 1 million views. You guys want to see? You guys want to see us build something out of hand tools?
Hand tools.
Log cabin out of hand tools. Hand tools is very popular.
Hand tools.
I don't know if a chainsaw counts as a hand tool, but we'll work it in as a hand tool.
I'll use it with my hands.
You'll use it with your hands. It's not none of this. It's more just like, it's mostly hand tools.
You know what?
Hand tools.
If and when I'd like to see the wooded Beardsman, my face is frozen. The wooded Beardsman use a chainsaw. So I picked him one up the other day. Not the other day. A couple of months ago. It's probably been sitting in his attic.
Yep, sitting there.
He has never used it. It's amazing.
If you guys want to see me use a chainsaw,
I watched him start it once. It was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, well, you gotta start someplace. So anyway, we're boiling primitively again. I don't know, primitively with modern tools, with whatever. Anyway, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. We tried our best, so we're gonna be boiling for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, super inefficiently. But our maple syrup is gonna taste better than anybody else's. It's gonna have that smoky flavor, and nobody has said that they've found store-bought maple syrup out of a modern evaporator tastes any better. So, hey, we're ahead of the game. What's the plan?
That's the plan.
It's the plan. What are you doing?
I gotta add some more insulation. Through our boil last year, I think we ate up all the insulation that was in the stove, so I lose a lot of the heat. So we're gonna do some little bit of renovation. See, the insulation's gone.
We got the fire rocking now. It's almost not quite to a boil, but we got the fire going pretty good in there now in the box. And of course it's so decrepit now, the door doesn't even stay closed. We're just gonna use one pair of tongs. One pair of tongs. Why is it a pair of tongs? It's only one thing. Anyway, so Kevin's gonna get the fire going inside the cabin so we can chill out inside there.
chilling out outside. We're gonna warm up inside.
Oh, okay. That's a weird way to say things. Chill out. Obviously, they didn't grow up in the north, so you wouldn't really want to chill out, would you?
Hear that?
Pretty dry?
Hear that wood? That's when you know wood's dry. It's got that hollow bat-like sound.
Okay. All right. So there's your lesson about wood today. I got some news about the cabin. I don't know if we should spoil it. It's not really a spoiler. It's more like, well, I don't know, keeping you guys informed. So we're getting cabinets made, but the word is that they're going to be coming very, very slowly. My stepdad's building them. And the time horizon on a turnaround is probably 6 months. So 6 months from now, we're going to get cabinets in here. And we're going to finish the rest of the stuff out. Ask Kevin, he knows. Whenever you get cabinets, there's a long turnaround time because obviously, you know, there's a very low budget for this. So we're going to get a lower cabinet made. It's just going to be a single, nothing too fancy. And then we're going to get our wall sconces probably at the same time. Right, Kevin? Wall sconces? Yeah. Okay, wall sconces, ladder. And then we're going to be done. We're going to make it all nice in here. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm getting my trap license. I've told you guys before. I'm going to tell you that again. I'm going to get my trap license. We're going to catch all sorts of animals out here. We don't really need a fire inside because it's not that cold.
Frozen.
Kevin's frozen. He's not wearing really nice new snow pants. Sorry, you can't get snow pants, but you got to go ice fishing if you want some. Cheating. Come in, baby. Come on. Come in.
Come inside. This one. This one. Okay.
Bend your knees, Grandpa.
Oh, I can't bend my knees. Where is it? Oh yeah, this is my Christmas present, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, finally gonna use it. We still got the Christmas decorations up. How do we still have the Christmas decorations up? It's March.
Nobody comes out here to do any maintenance. There's no maintenance man. What are you gonna make?
I'm making an egg sandwich.
No surprise there.
That's all I eat.
Is it gonna be epic?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if it's gonna be epic.
You lit everything with a propane torch?
Yes. Take the right If you leave your egg sandwich flat on the plate, it makes the one side soggy, so you gotta keep it up on an edge. And then you got airflow underneath your sandwich so it doesn't get soggy. Ham, egg, mozzarella bread that's been made like a grilled cheese, so it's got butter inside the bread. You guys are gonna watch me eat Yep.
I'm not gonna be as fancy. I got some trail mix, some snack bars, some nachos, and some peanuts. Next time maybe I'll get fancy. Oh, I know. The best way to end this off is with pancakes. Bacon, eggs, and pancakes. Bacon, eggs? No, bacon and pancakes and banana and fresh maple syrup. So that's gonna be on the way for sure. 100%, we gotta do the pancakes. Gotta do the pancakes. Has to be done. Well, we are looking pretty good. We got it up to a rolling boil. We had it at a rolling boil. I just threw another bucket in because we're gonna go on a run and collect the rest of our bush. We got bush sap too. We only did the road sap. So it's a little high right now, but it's not too high. It's got some scum on the top too, which is nice to pull off, but also, yeah, the scum is, turns out that's probably our secret recipe. let it all just broth in there and make a mess. I don't know. We didn't filter anything this time. We didn't do a good job of filtering anything last time. People use like fine compressed filters. We never do any of that, and it always tastes great. So I think leaving that particular matter, I mean, I wouldn't go overboard on the particular matter and just like get real carried away with it, but a little bit. And then once we get to the fine boil, we'll knock that down and filter it, because it gets there's a lot of sediment at the end of our boil, which probably wouldn't taste super good. And then there's always a little layer at the bottom of the maple syrup that you don't really want to eat because it's kind of gritty. But that's also part of the boil process, and just not using like high-tech equipment for anything. A little hot. A little hot. Burn his hand. He's got to go to the hospital now.
Son of a...
It's hot down there, man. It's like a kiln. Like you probably melt metal in there right now. Whew. She's a hot. Those tongs are working wonderfully. Guys, if you want to sponsor us and give us an official build, maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you think this is comical to just watch a bunch of amateurs make maple syrup in the forest with really rudimentary tools. I mean, anybody can afford to build a boiler out of an old oven, and this is like, I don't know, some old stainless steel vat from a kitchen or something.
We borrowed this stainless steel vat probably about 6 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Thanks,
true.
Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne lent it to us. He's gonna, I don't think he was gonna boil syrup in it, but he was gonna put...
I think originally this was used to heat hot water for camp.
For camping?
Yeah. So
for
like,
showers.
Yeah, that's why there's a little spout on the side, so it was heated for shower water, camping.
Works really good as a custom-made sap boiler though. Although it doesn't have the riffles you want on the bottom to increase the surface area to the boil, but hey, maybe one day we'll be able to afford one. We'll just make a whole sugar shack. Hey guys, I'm gonna take you along this way because it's easier. We're gonna go do the bush run. Nothing in it?
Something, not very much, not even worth it.
Oh boy. Alright, maybe these other ones got something in them. Yeah, that tree's a big tree, but it doesn't ever have anything good in it. I don't know. How's that one?
Not great.
No? Our road ones always get more sun and they produce a lot better than these bush ones. These ones are like late producers, but they do produce eventually. Just gotta warm up. The roots are cold, I guess. Everybody always says, get rid of that frozen stuff, but you know what? The frozen stuff is like most of the stupid pail, so there's no way that sugar doesn't freeze in there. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. You see how we're keeping these on just with a nail through a hole, right on to a spile. Works really good. We're gonna fill this up, looks like. I'm not gonna get too picky. I'm gonna throw this ice away. Take your advice. Balls. Need a tractor. Bush tractor. This one's pretty cool because it's got a spider in there. Ordinarily I just leave the spider in there, but since I found it, I'll get rid of it. We got one pail. That one's not even all the way full. And then we got another pail about the same size here. That one's full. And then the last big mother, this one's super big. It's pretty much full to the top. So this is what we got left in reservoir. That one's full, this one's full, and these ones are, that one's part full, that one's totally full. So on that run we ended up with 3 more pails, well 2.5 probably, roughly. So we got, I calculated about 5 or 6 hours of boil time left. This will do about 1 inch an hour on a boil, on a hard boil. And then each pail will do about 1/4 inch, so combine all that together with 6 inches of boil. Kevin's got a make work project going on. All the snow from off the roof just slides right down and piles up right at the edge there.
Tradition.
Tradition. Shovel the deck off.
Spring is shovel the deck off.
Yeah, and then June, the tradition is to stay out of here because the mosquitoes are so freaking bad. Oh, Kevin got called into an emergency. He's a contractor, renovator, and a real estate agent called him because there's water leaking all over the place. So he's out, and I'm considering heading out for today. Come back tomorrow, finish up. It's the weekend, so the family will probably be here. Courtney and Holden, and maybe we'll make some pancakes then. I think we're gonna get, it's on a hard boil now, man. It's like ripping, roaring. I just pull this down, it's like freaking so hot, it burned my face off. But I'm gonna top this up, and Kevin said he'd be back in a couple hours, so he'll check it, make sure it's all good, and we'll judge accordingly. It's not, I don't think the sap's gonna flow tomorrow, but we'll definitely keep boiling as it gets going. We just pretty much started here. That's yeah. Anyway, it's looking good. Top this up, and I'm gonna head out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Whoa, that's kind of concerning. I don't know if you could tell that the whole side of this thing just popped out when I put the 2 buckets on there. I think there's still enough structural integrity on the main part of it, but that dipped down pretty significantly. Anyway, we'll find out tomorrow if this survives. I'm just gonna let this thing run out. There's a ton of sap in there right now, so there's no risk of it boiling down. We don't want to boil all the way down to the bottom, because if it does, it's gonna burn, and then we won't have any syrup to drink. Eat? Do you drink syrup or eat syrup? I'll leave that to you guys. So we got lots of things on the go. We got the pancakes going. We got Kevin's wife Rachel's out here. We got Courtney, Holden, and my niece Lena. So we're all eating the pancakes. We got some sausages on the way. So I'm gonna do my traditional pancakes and bananas. We did another pull today. We've got the fire going again. We're gonna be boiling for another few weeks. I don't think you guys want to see all that tedious work of boiling, but I did want to show you guys, that we're still making maple syrup and life is continuing here. We have some maple syrup from last year. Got the dark stuff. This is the stuff we made last year. It's not quite as amber as the stuff we'll get from the first pull this year. It tends to darken as the season goes on. I'm not sure why. I think there's just more stuff in it. But this is just as good as any other. I think it's got more flavor as it kind of goes on. And we're not going to go light on this because I have a ton of syrup left. The story for this year is, what should we do with all the extra syrup we have? I don't feel right giving it away. I don't feel right selling it. And we should just eat more of it. Maybe that's the right way to go. I do share a lot with people, but I want to see them eat it. I don't want to just give it away and then have them take off and eat it themselves, because at this point it's really a labor of love. It's us coming out into the woods here in the spring. Nice weather. I'm out here with just a sweater on. It's going to get to 10 Celsius, which is a nice spring day. The sun's out. The birds are coming back. It's not for the YouTube video. It's not for the syrup. It's for the family time. So I hope you guys get the chance to do it yourself. If you can't make your own syrup, you can at least visit a sugar shack. There's a lot of sugar shacks all over the place. Come to Canada. We got lots of them. Or you can head to the northern states, Vermont, Maine. I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy, 6-year-old Cody. I know you're a big fan of the channel and you're watching all the time. I want to say, more important than watching is getting out there and practicing all the things that you're learning. So keep doing that, buddy.